Hey guys, George Roddy here. I wanted to take about 15 minutes and dive into this motivated owner lead, and it's called delinquent tax. I just kind of the mindset I wanted to take you through, kind of the benefits and why you should implement this into your real estate marketing business. So let's go. I want to first define what delinquent tax leads are. Basically, these are owners that have not paid their property taxes. And as investors, we all know about property taxes. The school, the city, the county, the community colleges. We've got to pay those each and every year on our rental properties and our personal houses. What we've done at Foreclosure Listing Service is identified the properties or the homeowners that are delinquent at least 1 year and more on their property taxes. So the benefits that we see is this lead source can be targeted, can be specified. You can use our search engine to really hone in and target exactly what you want. Is it a certain type of property, a certain size, a certain value, how many years? I'm going to show you in a few minutes our search engine and how to navigate our site. And in less than 5 minutes, you can target and retrieve these type of leads. The second is pay once. Our system is built on, we update, the third thing is we update our database 4 times a year. Now, homeowners are paying their taxes throughout the year, so we want to update our database so you have the freshest data. We're going to the county, we're retrieving their database of who is delinquent and who is current, and we're updating our website. Back to the second thing is pay once and use again and again. What I mean by that is basically you can buy this lead and then use it several times before you need to buy a fresh batch of data. We suggest that you should refresh your data at least once every 6 months, because if you're using the same data for more than 6 months, you're going to be wasting money to people that have already paid their taxes. Again, at a minimum, we suggest that you come back to the site and refresh it to get a new batch of leads, so you're constantly refreshing your data. But again, it's affordable. We're not asking you, it's not going to cost you $500 to really get a targeted lead source that you can use for marketing. So why go after these? I guess the 3 things are the mindset or the genesis of if a homeowner doesn't pay their property taxes. Eventually, the taxing entities are going to sue the owner, and they're going to try to force or foreclose on the property to collect on these property taxes. It's not distressed. The owner is not distressed yet, but I say pay or else. And that means that the tax man is going to sue and force an auction and force the owner's hand if they don't pay the taxes. And we're always looking to identify people that are motivated. When someone doesn't pay their taxes for a couple years, that shows me that something's going on. There's a hardship. The second thing is a loan. If someone is behind a few years on their property taxes, that might indicate that there might not be a mortgage on the property. As you know, people escrow their taxes, and most mortgage companies want people to escrow their taxes so homeowners don't fall behind on their property taxes. So a lot of these properties don't have loans on them, because if they had a loan, the lender would step in and pay the delinquent taxes and not allow the homeowner to fall behind. Number 3 is low competition. We're always trying to identify and locate leads where there's not as many fishing poles in the lake, so to speak. We want to identify opportunities for you to go after homeowners that might not be bombarded by every investor out there. And we feel like this is a great lead source. If I asked most of you guys, 100 of you guys, how many of you are marketing to delinquent tax owners, I would say less than 5 would raise their hand. Less than 5% of investors. And so that bodes well for you, the investor. You're always looking to find new types of leads that aren't watered down. We feel like delinquent tax leads are the answer. So let's talk about steps. What do you need to do to be successful at using this lead. Number one, use our search engine, put in your criteria. Step two is you review. The good thing about our program is you're able to put in your criteria and then you get instant results to see how many records there are. If there's too many, you can go back and specify or tighten up your criteria. Once you get a number that you feel comfortable with, then you pay. You pay online with your credit card. Step four is instantly once you pay, you're taken to the next page to download, or you can download the data in two different formats, PDF, and most people I would suggest using the Excel because this is a marketing lead. You're going to want to download and use these leads to generate a form letter or a postcard to drop and put in the mail. So you're going to download the leads. Step five is you might want to purge. I always like to look at all the leads and see. Sometimes it's a municipality that owes taxes on a property. I might want to cull those out and remove those so I'm not mailing to the city of Mesquite. I don't think they're going to call me. And again, hey, they might be delinquent, but it might not be an owner that I want to mail to. It doesn't happen that often, but I always like to take 10 minutes and just look through the data and pull out the ones that I don't want to start mailing to. Step six is we merge our data to our marketing piece. So you're going to take the leads and you're going to put them on a form letter that you're going to mail out, or you're going to put the property address and the owner's name and the owner's mailing address onto your marketing piece. So we've got to merge that. Step seven is print it all out. Either you're going to print it out at your home or your office, or you're going to ship it out to your printer or your what I call your fulfillment center. Then step eight is drop it. That's when you go to the mail, the U.S. Post Office, and drop all of your marketing there. And at the end, at the bottom, I say repeat steps 7 and 8 3 times a year. Like anything, consistency is a key to this business, just like any lead. So I've talked enough about why and the benefits and results and the steps involved. Now I just want to take a few minutes and go to our website and show you really how easy it is to search and retrieve this data. Number one, you have to have a username and a password in order to get access to this data. Now, if you're watching this and this is the first time you've ever seen our website, this is Foreclosure Listing Service, foreclosure.info. You're going to have to create a username and a password. So what I want you to do is put your mouse over the subscribe tab and then put right here, mining the appraisal district and delinquent tax leads. Click on that. It's going to take you to a page. Just scroll down and hit the Get Access Now button. Now it's going to take you to another page. It says mining the appraisal district and delinquent tax owners. We're definitely going to click on that, and why not? I want to click on this too because you might want to retrieve some appraisal district data. So you hit next, then you put in your first name, last name. If you've got a company, address, city, state, all of these asterisks are required fields. Put in your email twice and put in a desired password and click on the subscriber agreement and hit the submit button. And then you will instantly be able to, we'll send you an email, but just go up top. You know what your email is, so you're going to put that in. You're going to put your password in, and you're going to hit go. This is what we call our dashboard. So these are the products that my email has access to. Property Analyzer Pro, Order a Title Search Report, Mining the Appraisal District, and Delinquent Tax Owners. This video is about delinquent tax owners, so let's click on this link. So now we're on the search engine. So this is what it looks like. It says, George, we have 916,000 records for you to search. Great. I just wanted to show you the only required field is the county. So you just click on any county that you want. And then once you click on, let's say Tarrant County, it's going to, if you wanted to put in a city, it's going to populate all the cities in Tarrant County. Over here is the property type. We have there's commercial and residential property types. I personally am going to be focused on residential for this video, this training video. And I'm going to say I want to look for Arlington. I don't want to put in zip codes. Now, right here, exclude deferral accounts. What does that mean? It means that an owner of a property who is delinquent on their property taxes, they've gone to the taxing entity and they said, look, I want to be on a payment plan with you. The taxing entity allows them to pay. It's usually for an older couple or an older owner. They allow someone, a senior, to make payments on their taxes because they might be on a limited income. This exclude, basically, if you didn't check this, you would find everything: people on payment plans and people without. So I want to find people that are delinquent on their property taxes but aren't on a payment plan, because if they're current on their payment plan, the taxing entities aren't going to foreclose on them. So I want to identify people that are not on a payment plan, because I feel like there's going to be more pressure on them to sell their property at a discount. So when I put in Tarrant County, Arlington, houses, I want a single family, I want to exclude deferral accounts or payment plan accounts, then I hit the search button. There are 82,000 homeowners or accounts that are behind at least 1 year on their property taxes. 82,000 people. That's staggering. That's a little bit more than I wanted to bite off as an investor. I'm not going to send out 82,000 marketing pieces. So I want to go back, and I just wanted to show you how powerful this is. In seconds, I can go down to a more palatable amount that, in my opinion, really targeted. I'm going to say I only want $100,000 to $300,000 houses, tax of value. And the years delinquent, and then the years delinquent, it starts from 1 to infinity, or 1 to 20, but I'm going to go 2 years. So 94,000 is what we had that were at least 1 year. But when I put in 100,000 to 300,000, 2 years, look what it does. Obviously, there's a lot of people that are 1 year behind, but I feel like 2 years or more is what I would suggest you guys, because I feel 1 year, there could have been a temporary hardship. 2 years, something's going on. And it's just more palatable for me to go from 94,000 to 897. To me, is this worth $145? Absolutely. I've got a targeted list. I could even say, you know what? How many of these, some people might be a few $100s behind, but they're 2 years. So I want to say, how many are at least $4,000 behind? So let's put in that. And now I'm down to 387 accounts. My question to you is this data, or is this type of lead, a targeted lead, worth $62 to you? And I think the answer is yes. I think you can afford this lead source, and you can update it a couple times a year. So if this is what you're looking for, and pretend like this is your targeted area, all you have to do is click pay and download. Now, the first time you come and hit the pay and download, it's not going to look like this. I promise you, it's not going to say George's personal visa. What it's going to look like is this. It's going to ask you, what's your name, what's your card number, what's your credit card type, expiration, and the CSV. And then it's going to say, do you want us to save your credit card information? And the reason why we did this is we didn't want you to have your wallet every time you came to our website. So you can save it, and then it will say, I didn't put in that information, but it'll say, hey, why don't you name your credit card? And then you hit continue, and that's it. We'll charge your credit card, and then it'll take you to the next page. So let me do this. Let's all pretend like you put in your credit card. So it says George's, click continue. This is the next page. You get the reports in 3 different formats: HTML, PDF, and Excel. I personally use this program for Excel because I'm going to use this for my mailers. But you could look at the information in each record. I'll just show you. Each record is 1 page, and we have kind of the street view and the map and a bird's eye view. But again, for me, I don't want to sit here and click on this 387 times. What I'm really looking for is I want to get these leads to my printer. My printer has my marketing piece, and that's really, and the only way I can do that, the easiest way to get it to my printer is to go to the Excel format. So let's do that. When you click on Excel, just click on this link right here. It tells you download 387 records. Click here. Then you can open. I click here, and now I have my leads. In less than 3 minutes, you can search and get your leads. Here's the tax ID, the property address, the city. Again, you're telling the printer, this is what I want on the marketing piece. I want to say, we show that you own 5304 Farragut Drive in Arlington, and I'm mailing it to Regina Warren. Now, Regina owns this property that's worth $116,000, and Regina lives at the property. So she's an owner occupant, but she is $4,006 behind in her property taxes. Now, this gentleman or this person, Norma and Albert Jones, they live in Riverside, California, and they're $4,100 behind. So you have absentee owners and you have owner occupants. Here's Progress Residential 2015 in Scottsdale. They're $4,300 behind. Progress Residential sounds kind of like a commercial, maybe some type of small investment group. So you can go down, but you could cull this and see if there's anything that kind of looks out of place, or maybe it's a municipality, but you're just going down and you're seeing the taxes go up, up, up. And this is what you want to give. You want to do a mail merge. If you're going to do it yourself, you can save this and go into Word and do a mail merge on with your form letter that you want to send out. So the column names or the header names are up here: owner's mailing address, city and state, zip, Bed Bath and Garage, year built, the deed date, etc. Here's the owner's name, the tax value. Save this as your master, and then you can always cut it up if it's a big list and give it to your printer. That is the essence. And I just wanted to show you how fast you can get into our program and get your leads and get out and start mailing to this untapped, motivated owner lead source. The last thing I wanted to talk about was I want to go back to the search engine. So we're back at the search engine. Here's one little cool feature. You see this button, historical searches? This actually saves the searches, that not the search, but the orders that you've made. Earlier today, I've done a couple searches. Look, I did 1,852 records, 784, 203. Now, I can't remember this 203, what my criteria was. So I just put my mouse right here. Tarrant, 50 to 300, 5,000 and 3 years. This one was, I did long-term homeowners, so it was a different database. This one right here, I did Arlington, Euless, Haltom City, Hearst, and Mansfield, and three years to maximum. And I got, again, we save your orders just in case something happens to your computer, and you're like, man, I just bought the data from you, George, and then something happened to my computer and I can't find. You can always log into our system and then tap on the historical searches button, and it's always here. We're going to save these for a year just in case something happens and you need this Excel file again, or you need it in a PDF version. Guys, I hope this has helped. I hope you've learned a little bit about this motivated lead source called Delinquent Tax Owners. Thanks again for watching this video.